Good morning. Welcome to Against the Public for July 25th, 2025. We're on the doorstep of another big weekend, and we're going to start it off with a free winner on Friday's early Major League Baseball game. I'm Dana Lane. Thanks for joining me. This is your first look at the opening numbers from some of the biggest games on Friday in Major League Baseball. Normal 15-game card, starting with the Miami Marlins and the Milwaukee Brewers at 4:10 Eastern Time, 1:10 Pacific. Milwaukee quickly bet up to $2.22. They opened up at $2. Now at $2.22, I even saw like $2.24 at some point, but then settled back into $2.22. The juice on the total has moved from 8 over minus 15 to a consensus number of 8 over minus 20. Run line shows Milwaukee minus 1.5. They were at plus 104. Now they're minus 1.5, minus $1.05. So Milwaukee taking money on the run line as well. We'll talk more about this game in a minute with it being your free play, but the featured game of the weekend has to be that series between Toronto and Detroit, and not to the beginning that anybody thought, including the books, who were more than willing to take money on the Toronto Blue Jays, and Toronto absolutely pounded Detroit in Game 1 of this series. Now, I know that if you're the Tigers, you're not sweating quite yet because you have a big lead in that division, but boy, you have lost 10 of your last 11 games, including that sweep to the Pirates, and then you got embarrassed by the Toronto Blue Jays on Thursday to start the series. So no panic yet, but certainly not where you want to be at this point in time. That series is going to continue today. Jose Barrios 6-4, 3.87 will face Kiter Montero 4-2, 4.28 ERA. Toronto's $1.20 after our consensus opening a consensus minus $1.24, so down just a little bit. Your total's 8.5 over minus $1.25. Barrios owns a 3.87 ERA with a 1.26 WHIP, while allowing 2 earned runs or fewer in 4 of his last 5 starts. The Jays lineup ranks in the top 10 in OPS versus righties heading into this series, so we'll see if that trend continues on Friday. And this is a kind of one of those, not because it has anything to do with the overall standings, but this is one of these series that maybe Detroit, I thought they would be wide awake for this series, considering Toronto just got through with an emotional home win against the New York Yankees, and then they had to come right back and play this game quickly, but not a problem for Toronto in Game 1. The WNBA Cup counters that with 3 games, starting with the Las Vegas Aces heading to Minnesota to take on the Lynx. Speaking of a team with a quick turnaround, Minnesota has been bet down to 6.5 after opening up at 7.5. Totals remain 162.5 early on. Vegas will be playing their second game of back-to-back nights. They will be facing a Lynx team that's going to have 3 days rest going into this one. They're going to look to cover their 4 straight and 14 of their last 19 overall. This will be the clear marquee matchup of the night in the WNBA. And guys, if you're not on board with the WNBA yet, 58% winners over the last 38 games heading into this weekend. I'm looking at 3 plays from the W on Friday. And once again, one game in the CFL, as there was on Thursday. The Edmonton Elks will be taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. The Riders have been bet down to 8, while that total has rose from 52.5 to 54.5. Saskatchewan's 5-1 this season, but this number obviously shows that there's still a lack of confidence in their ability to cover big spreads, even against the Elks, who are just 1-4 this season. And of course, we're 1 week away from the start of the NFL preseason, when the Lions and the Los Angeles Chargers kick off. Lions minus 1.5, 32.5. I will have side and total on this game up and running on Tuesday. So a busy Friday. As most are, all access customers, we're looking at 6 games. So I'm looking at 3 in Major League Baseball and 3 in the WNBA. I do have 2 already up on the website, and we'll add a few more in the upcoming hours. If you're not a all access member right now, please go to pickdawgz.com. Get involved. This is the time, man. We are days away now from the start of the NFL preseason, and you want to build that bankroll to a point where during the regular season you don't have to worry about it. You just continue to build it every single day, and we don't want to build it from a minuscule amount or whatever it is right now. We don't want to build it then, we want to build it now. And in order to do that, just become an all-access member. And if you're ready to make that long-term commitment, well, no time like the present. Christmas in July will end after July, which makes complete sense. And you can get it now, my annual all-access pass, for just $3.84 a day. That will go back up to its regular $4.11 a day once August hits. And, of course, if that's not in your budget right now, we have a 3-day pass, a 7-day pass, a 30-day pass. There's something there for everyone. We have daily 3-packs, and of course you can always buy those games individually, as a lot of you did today with the Baltimore Orioles getting that plus money win against Cleveland. I've also prorated my long-term season passes in the WNBA and Major League Baseball, so check that out. NFL preseason packages is up as we speak. $199.99 gives you every one of my preseason plays for one low price. And, of course, a regular season in college and pro football are there as well. So hit that link below. That will take you to the brand new Pickdawgz.com website. Let's get to your free play for Friday. And rotation number 901-902 between the Miami Marlins and the Milwaukee Brewers. So Cal Quantrill 3-8, 5.24 ERA. We'll take out Freddie Peralta 12-4, 2.85 ERA. And the ERA isn't good, but we could be getting Quantrill at the right time. It looks like, and again, we always want to sniff out these streaks because we want to ride them as much as we can. But maybe it's the beginning of a streak for Quantrill. Maybe he's figuring something out. He was dominant, and yeah, I know it's against Kansas City, but he was dominant against Kansas City where he threw 2-hit ball over in 6 innings in that 3-1 victory. He's done a terrific job of staying in the strike zone, not putting guys, not giving away free passes, just 3 walks in his last 19 2/3 innings, and that goes over a span of 5 starts. He has given up 2 or fewer runs in 4 of his last 5 starts while producing a slightly better 4.07 ERA in those starts. Now, and his teams are 4-1 in his last 5 starts as well. That should be noted. Now, if you take out that one bad start where he was blasted against Cincinnati a couple outings ago, his ERA would be down to 2.79 in those 4 wins. And we're talking about wins against the Giants, the Diamondbacks, the Brewers, and, of course, against the Royals. So some pretty decent lineups in there, especially when we're talking about the Brewers, who are on an absolute tear. The Marlins are quietly 8th in Major League Baseball in average and 4th in road average at 263. Try finding somebody that knows that some night. They're in a lineup that definitely has done a much better job. And if you compare them to where they were in April versus where they are now, they do not give up at bats. They do not give up at bats, and they are a contact team that does not strike out a lot, which is great when you're facing a strikeout pitcher like Peralta, who has some issues or has had some issues with pitch efficiency, elevated pitch counts, and at least in his last 5 starts, he's averaged 98 pitches per start, which is not a problem. But the problem with that comes, 98 pitches per start, but he's averaging just under 6 innings per start. So pitch count getting up, efficiency coming down. They're facing a team that does not strike out a lot, which is kind of bread and butter for Peralta. I don't think Miami's going to play into his strengths today. We're going to grab some insurance in this game, though. Your free play is Miami plus 1.5 minus $1.15. That's your free play for Friday. Go to pickdawgz.com, guys. Jump on those all-access passes. We're going to have a great weekend, and I invite each and every one of you to join me. Don't forget, I will also have more of my premium Major League Baseball and WNBA plays. I'm getting this video up to you as early as I possibly can, which is why we have 2 straight videos with the same shirt. If I haven't mentioned that, if I did, well, Just chalk it up to working 16 hours a day. As usual, guys, I can't thank you enough for joining me. Hit that like and subscribe button. That helps somebody out, so make sure you do. Anything you need, you can find me at Dana Lane Sports on X. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Friday.